So let's get started on the 14.22 review. Let's talk about it. All right, so there's like 50 different fucking champions changed, right? Like it's 14 buffs, 12 nerfs, 3 adjusted. And then also Ambessa. Aatrox nerfs, I don't understand why. I didn't think this champ was very good. Guys, why is Aatrox being nerfed? And what's the Aatrox? Nail, what's his opinion on this? Why? Why is Aatrox being nerfed? Thoughts? Any reason for this? He says it doesn't matter. But why is he being nerfed? Even if it doesn't matter. Anivia, doesn't matter. This champ is terrible. Wait, she's being nerfed. Okay, well, whatever. Irrelevant. A Power Fist, 200% total AD. That's cool. Small buff. Briar, don't care. Dead champ. Corki nerfs. It did seem pretty strong in solo queue. In solo queue. I see it all the time, bot lane. Honestly, every time I play against a Corki and I see Corki, it never does anything. So it's a bit confusing, but that's fine. Fizz, I mean, I don't care. Okay, good. Base damage, base stat nerfs to Alawi. Alawi, for those who don't know, okay, this is an important thing to, you guys should know this. I'm going to show you guys something. Alawi has maybe the highest or one of the highest base ADs in the game. She also has some of the highest base HP in the game for no reason. It's because, remember they made the lanes wider? Her tentacles need to get longer and they just stat buffed her to compensate for the tentacles not reaching. So they're nerfing some of the base stats, and I'm really happy. Maybe this alters how level 1s go and shit like this. I'm happy. All right, stacks now refresh attacking structures. Cool. Less dependency on minions. That's really cool. So you can like clear the entire wave and not... That's awesome. I don't know how important it is. Once again, I don't see Aurelia. This would be like Ask Finn sort of question, you know? Okay, Jax. Jax was really broken in Pro for some reason. Even though I think they were counters compositionally. But they're gutting. What? Holy shit. Wait, is this the current iteration? Okay, so this is a massive nerf. So the current iteration of Jax, I think it got nerfed to have a 17-second cooldown on the E, which is enormous. Like, what was the old cooldown on the E? Oh, it got buffed so the base damage increased. Makes sense. Counter-Strike is yeah, it went up 2 seconds for 15 seconds. But nerfs now to the damage on ult. 50 damage, a third off, and 10-second cooldown. That's crazy. I mean, the 50 damage is what matters for all-ins, right? That's pretty insane. Shumpo, don't care. Only a Talia counter relevant and competitive. Don't care. Attack speed per stack. Don't care. Ask Kerberos. I'm going through this because I want to play solo queue, right? I'm only looking at the stuff that's relevant. I don't think this does anything. Like, I don't think this does anything. I think she has too many problems in lane for Renekton, right? That's the problem. Scaling buffs. Doubled attack speed per stack per 100 AP. It's too long. It takes too long. I don't care. I think it's irrelevant. I don't think this matters, but maybe I'm wrong. Okay, so Cassante got changed, guys. As Cassante got changed, he got less damage. Oh, this is important. So what you need to know about Cassante is he is a lane bully now, right? He is now a lane bully, and he's very strong. Maybe not a lane bully, but he's much stronger in lane. So you can even see that they're writing his early game is too strong, so we're nerfing it, right? And I think later on, the weakness he has is he just gets one-shot in teamfights once he's ulted. Like, he's much squishier. So what they're doing is they're nerfing his lane damage and just overall damage by 10, which is good. I think that's really good. Flat damage. And then they're buffing his all out, which is also great. I think this is a great change because his kit doesn't feel fluid to people returning to Cassante low-key. I fucking hate playing him in Aram now. Okay, armor nerfs. Why is Lilia being nerfed? Probably because Leandri's users and like durability buffs, right? I think it's probably something to do with it. If everyone's tankier, Lilia's probably better. Thoughts? Maybe. I mean, I imagine that's what it is. Is she OP right now? I think Karthus is strong, but I never see Lilia in solo queue. Is Lilia good, guys? Okay. Well, move speed, massive buffs. Massive buffs. What were the Maokai nerfs a while back that kicked him out of pro play? Because, guys, what you need to know about Maokai is that Maokai was the best jungler in pro play for 2.5 years. And then they nerfed him really hard. 50 times. And then this most recent nerf killed him a little bit. He's still fine, I think, but yeah. So look. They do this all the time. This is why I was checking, right? So base move speed nerfed to 330 from 335. Base move speed increased from 330 to 335. Let's revert the changes. Base health buffed. Sapling toss nerfs. Sapling toss buffs. But there's still nerfs to the Q. This nerfs his ability to take neutrals. Like, Maokai's a really strong neutral taker. And camp stealer. So, like, your flat damage is nerfed. Bonus health ratio nerfed. Bonus duration health ratio nerfed. Huh. Don't think that matters. Yeah, this move speed buff's really nice, by the way. I can imagine that Maokai's not bad again in pro. Like Loki. Actually, I think Maokai's not bad in pro. Okay, don't care. Mordekaiser will never be relevant outside of low elos, guys. Like, Mordekaiser is a terrible champion, and 369 was coping when he was picking Mord this year. What? Bro, guys, look at Poppy nerfs. 64 AD to 60. Dude, was Poppy OP? What? We hope to nail the support skew by attacking her base AD. What does that mean, bro? Base AD hits top lane as well. What do you mean you're nerfing support Poppy? Yes, I get that base AD scales Dead Man's Play and all of these things, but this just nerfs her. Top lane as well. Compensating attack speed to keep a sustained... Bro, they are cooked. They are cooked. Base AD for Halo Blades. Yes, but like, bro, I don't want to sit there auto-attacking with attack speed to compensate for base AD as Poppy. That's not how Poppy trades, and that's not how Poppy fights. That is terrible. Q... Yeah, but your auto-attacks and shit. Oh, is Q bonus AD only? We actually don't know the scalings. Oh, wait, that's actually... Okay. Let's see. Poppy. But like every auto-attack you do on the enemy, you know? And every auto you do on the wave. Dude, 4 base AD is a lot. And we compensate with attack speed. I think that's ass. Okay, anyway. Rumble. Why? Is Rumble bad now? I laned against a Rumble and it also was... Q is bonus AD. I didn't know that. That's interesting. Cool. But still, I think it matters. I think if you say this doesn't matter, you're cooked, by the way. 4 AD. Hits wave clear every auto trade. Hits buckler auto as well, right? Like, it matters. And they're compensating with attack speed. Okay, anyway. Rumble is no longer lane oppressive, and he's just an ult bot in pro. Like, he just ults off of people. So who cares? But now they're making his lane better. I don't think it matters. I think he's still ass in solo queue, and he's just going to be an ult bot in pro still. This just helps him scale, right? I think it's fine. Yeah, I know his laning is weak now. Makes his laning slightly better, but I don't think it matters. I think he's super weak. He just doesn't do enough damage in lane. Okay, high note. 60. I don't care. Wait, what? They nerfed the AP ratio. Was Seraphine weak? I think it was like, people at the start of the split were saying it was a lot of AP champs in the bot lane, right? And I've seen that a little bit. But yeah, just tiny nerf. Shen. Okay, Shen is really broken, right? Because of Shield Bash. I've seen so many numbers and screenshots of people doing the same damage with Shield Bash as Grasp. And Devaluation Gold, now stronger. Yeah. And itemization as well. Yeah. Passive Shield. Nerfs. 1 second. And the Shield. This will never be played in Pro. Guys, Shen cannot be played in Pro. Because I'm talking about Pro a lot because people here watch Pro, right? Like, they do. That's my audience. So Shen will never be played in Pro. He just won't be. The only person in the West who will play Shen in Pro is Bwipo. That's it. And he just never will because he fundamentally needs too many resources to be able to get an ult off and shit like this. Maybe if there's like a Ornn meta and Shen super OP. Wonder isn't playing Pro, mate. Wait, Wonder's not on a team next year, no? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I don't think he's on a team, so. But Wonder would. But the problem is, right, so Shen is all about getting ults off early. In order to get ults off early, you need to either get ganks to be stronger than your enemy to get a crash and a reset to be able to ult away, you know? Or, because if you ult away too early and you give them templates, it's not worth it. Or you just have a bad matchup, you can never ult away anyway. So you need resources to help your bot lane. Why wouldn't you just give resources to your bot lane? I think this champ is just really bad in Pro. Like, I really do. I think it's really, really bad. But yeah, solo queue broken. Solo queue broken. And he's probably going to still be good. I mean, this is annoying for trade patterns, right? But you can wait 1 second. How much is the shield nerf? What's your sleeper pick for top that nobody plays? I don't know. It's a new patch, mate. No idea. No idea. It could be Swain for all I know. I have no idea. I haven't read what his changes are, right? No fucking idea. Okay, magic resist. 30 to 31. Magic resist growth. Q damage. So I was beat up by BB's Swain a lot. So they're making him scale with points really hard now. Okay, Q points, plus 40 damage. Plus 30. Every single Q point scales even harder. That's cool. That's cool. Because every single prong... Oh, this is like... Okay, all the prongs hit, right? And then equal... Dude, this is just insane buffs. Or what? Did they nerf him somewhere? Like, am I missing something? Or is this just flat buffs? Because these are crazy buffs. I thought there was like a update. Oh, when was the Swain rework? I thought this was the Swain rework. Have I missed the Swain rework? Because I haven't seen the patches before this one. So I still need to go back and look at all the changes. Right. Okay. But these are insane buffs, by the way. These are absolutely enormous. Because this is a buff from rank 1. Right? This is a buff from rank 1. You don't need points in it, so it's a buff the entire game. I didn't notice a difference between... Like, I just played against Swain and I killed him, right? He just seemed just as shit as before. So, I don't know. Plus 20, plus... I mean, that's huge buffs. If he's not good now, man, into, like, specific comps, like versus Ari or versus, like not Ari, but, like, versus Dive and Melees, then I don't know when he'll ever be good, man. There's huge buffs. Silas Nurse seem OP in solo queue. It does seem very OP in solo queue good. 70 to 230 to, with more... Wait, nerfed. Oh, it's just nerfs. Is Syndra too good? Chat, is Syndra good? Syndra does not seem OP. Is Syndra good? Am I cooked? It does not seem OP. And Renekton doesn't really like Syndra because the knockback, like, you can't really get on it. It's hard. Syndra S tier mid, really? She's dominating high elo, huh? Alright, so... Weird. Okay, fair enough. Nerfs. I never see Syndra doing that well. She is dominating high elo. Alex Gamma, I see the shade, bro. I am high elo now. Bro, I just played against challenger players. Like, what are you talking about? I never see her. Okay, so is this jungle? Is this jungle Udyr? Nerfs? I've had a lot of Udyrs be incredibly annoying. Right? And a lot of these nerfs are to Liandry's users, right? And, like, damage empowering item users, I feel like. I guess they're just stronger now. Everyone's tankier. Power damage. Max HP damage. Max HP damage lowered. And much lower flat damage. Holy shit, bro. 440 to 360. What the hell? Crazy. That is mental. Wow, that is an insane damage amount. No. I know it's like they have to standard it, like, you know what I mean? But, like, still, that's a lot of damage off. It's kind of giving me Rumble vibes, like, in terms of nerf. Rumble got absolutely gutted on SQ over time. Okay, but, like, notice it's a lot of tank killers and that percentage health damage users, right? Because when everyone's stats get reduced, percentage health damage and like, damage amp gets buffed indirectly. So it's another on-hit kind of thing. Percentage health. Lilia got nerfed. Is Varus also good? No, Varus is also... Okay, Varus... Right, so they're also doing Bork compensation nerfs. Or buffs, sorry. Compensation buffs for Bork. Right, so they're buffing Varus's on-hit damage because it was gutted in previous patches, I remember. Probably why I hasn't picked too much of Worlds. I think Varus, guys, was picked into Jhin and Ashe like a couple times and Caitlyn. Because they're decent matchups, right? Because you can contest lane. Also, Kalista. I remember it was like Varus Nico versus Kalista Renata or something. And Varus can win that. But yeah, they did gut the on-hit damage a little bit. Okay. But yeah, I mean, that's to compensate for Bork. So I imagine we're going to start seeing more Bork compensation buffs, right? Another Blade buff compensation is on ult. On ult. It's a bit of a dog shit buff, I'm not going to lie. Maybe it's fine. 1080 is a lot. But to compensate for Blade nerfs feels kind of sad. But it's still fine. I think Vayne is just a terrible champion. But Vayne top lane, though, bro. If this starts... You know what I don't want? If this just, like, Kerberos sees this and he starts playing Vayne top again because he's like, oh, I'll give it a go. Right? I'll give it a go. And then I start... Like, everyone starts copying all his little minions. They start copying him. He was yesterday, for fuck's sake, bro. Lifeform disintegration rate, huge cooldowns. Vel'Koz is just irrelevant, isn't it? Guys, has Vel'Koz ever been played in Pro? Let's do a little bit digging. Wait. Gold GG. Let's look at top regions. All. Guys, I don't have anything. Has no one ever played Vel'Koz or Go to Champs? Oh, sorry. Was that season 14 only? It's all. No? Oh, right. How do I all seasons? All. How do I check all? Go back one? Oh, thank you. I didn't see this. There we go. Top leagues. Oh, wait, actually, we see win rate by thingy. Okay. World's 5 games into Oriana. So what I figured Vel'Koz would be good into is stuff you outrange, right? Kind of like Xerath. So stuff like Cassiopeia, who hates being outranged. Or any other control mage, but he just loses. He just loses. I guess Vel'Koz is just insanely hard or what? Is Vel'Koz just insanely hard or what? I mean, his win rate's negative as well. Yeah, it just looks kind of ass. It just looks kind of ass. Who's highest win rate? LEC has... Guys, we are the best Vel'Koz region. 50% win rate LEC. 50% win rate LEC. Well, I mean, sure, more disengage. 1.1 dispel. Cooldown off of the thing. Okay, Vi. Max HP shield. Is Vi weak? I mean, this is massive for pro. Vi is such a good jungler. All right. Passive shield up. It's good. It's really, really good. It's really, really good. Yeah, this is a crazy buff. It's really good. Nice. And probably bumps up in pro a little bit. Oh, do I care about Warwick? Someone TLDR me Warwick. I don't want to think about. I don't want to read this. Who gives a flying donkey fuck about Warwick? Oh, Warwick got bigger. Auto attack lockout reduced after E. Hit radius. So they buffed his cool. Guys, okay. Facts or nah? Warwick ult miss is one of the most embarrassing ult misses in the game. Maybe the most embarrassing. Have we all seen Warwick ult across the screen? It might be the most embarrassing one. So they're buffing the hitbox of it. I'm gonna be hesitant on reading this until I see him actually be good in solo queue, because it's not worth it. Like, he's never gonna be relevant for me. I'm never gonna see him in solo queue. Maybe top lane. Okay, let's quickly read. So W, Blood Hunt cooldowns reduced, mana cost reduced. Spells now trigger the attack speed. Damage when used to damage enemies under 50% health. The attack speed granted by attacks and spells now linger between attacks. Bonus from passive, 250%. Is Watley still here? Bro, Watley, what does this mean? Like, just, Watley, tell us. You're a Warwick main. Like, just tell us if it's good. Ticks twice, because I just don't want to think about it, bro. I don't want to think about it. Like, the W is a really overloaded ability, I know that much. But this champ is so dead. His steroid lasts longer now? Well, I'm gonna put that on hold. Okay, this is massive. So, guys, Wukong, his most important ability is W. Okay? And it sounds really, really dumb. But you can tell what Wukongs are good and what Wukongs are bad based on how they use W. If you see a Wukong... Okay, of course this is context. Like, this is really important, right? Like, the context is important. But if you see, let's say, A is Wuk... I'll just do W. W is Wukong. This is an Ashe. Okay, if you see W go for A by Wing forward, right, and then Eing in, it's usually a bad Wukong. Right, it usually is, right? And this is one of the very basic examples. Usually it's better to flash, right, and engage. I mean, this sounds super dumb, but it makes a lot of sense, right? And that's because W is such a broken ability, right? It's such a fucking broken ability to be able to go invis and then get an R2. And usually you can tell who's a good Wukong, and this is really important for pro as well, by their W usage, and just reducing the cooldown of it flat to 18. Level 1, when you don't max it first, you max it second. Well, you did max it second for a long time. I don't know if it's changed. But you did max it for a second a long time. Is really, really nice. So this is a huge buff. This is a massive fucking buff, by the way. It also buffs all the times he might get caught, his ability to catch spells with his W, right? Let's say you're in Sejuani or something and you want to catch the Sejuani ult, you can W clone and block it, right? Like, there's so many nice things with W or Nautilus Hook. So it's really, really broken. His map scaling in jungle, that as well, right? That as well. His terrain scaling, it's really, really broken. That's not the only thing. I'd say a bigger buff is the fact that he can use it more times. Like, okay, Youmuu's nerfed. Well, there goes Youmuu's out the window. There goes Youmuu's out the window for Renekton. But that is a big nerf. But more move speed is nice. More move speed, 4% move speed for 5 AD. I'd probably take that. And they're doing the same thing here. No, they're nerfing. Then they're taking away 5 move speed. So they're giving 5 move speed and taking away. Oh, so they're trying to swap them a little bit. Yeah, power neutral. It's meant to be power neutral, but like they've done the opposite nerf and buff. That's kind of cool. All right, this is a big one, guys. Static got reworked. And I see a lot of people saying Static is dead. So static fundamentally breaks League, right? Because a lot of AD carries and a lot of champions, their weakness is lack of wave clear, right? Static gives you wave clear. So it just makes these champions a lot better, right? Think stuff like Vayne, right? Zeri. They loved having the wave clear on this item, right? And now I'm pretty sure they've gotten rid of it, right? Have they gotten rid of it, or is it still there? So remade your first 3 attacks within 8 seconds and 3 attacks. So now you no longer just get it on a last hit or on your first attack like before. You have to 3 attack it, and then you get Chain Lightning for 60 damage, increased to 85. 3 attacks. You know, I liked static on something like Jhin because he'd walk up auto once on the low HP minion, and then he'd proc it, and then he'd walk back. But now he has to sit. Guys, what the fuck does Jhin do? Do you think Jhin is sitting there auto-attacking 3 times? Can he even auto-attack 3 times in 8 seconds? Can Jhin auto-attack 3 times in 8 seconds? Like, actually. No. Right? Like, maybe. But he's not gonna, because he's just gotta stand by the wave for 3 autos. No, man. So it's gonna be other champions now. So it's like a nerf to Jhin. Ashe, Zeri, Yuntao Collector Rush. I haven't read Yuntao yet. So this is just they're doing fucking triannually AD carry rework. But it's still a wave clear item. So Zeri will probably still like it. Auto attack a lot on Zeri. We're remaking Yuntao Wild Arrows into the early game auto attack crit item we promised earlier this year when we removed. Dude, Yuntao Wild Arrows, guys. I only ever built Yuntao Wild Arrows by accident in ARAM. When I built a fucking Noon Quiver too many. You know what I mean? This fucking item sucked. So now it's buffed. Yuntao is meant to be purchased in the first slot, but as a okay. It starts out weaker before scaling. So, wait a second. So they said Yuntao is meant to be a late game item because it's weaker early, but people are rushing it. So people are rushing the item that Riot have said is weaker early. Oh, am I misreading? So it stacks? Wait, I've got to read it then. I've got to read it. Wait. Dench! So 50 AD. Can you remember when Bruiser items gave 50 AD, bro? 25% attack speed. Serrated edge removed. Practice makes these on attack. Oh, it's a stacking item. That's why you rush it. Okay. Oh, so they've got more scaling now. Okay. 100 CS later. 100 CS later-ish. 120 CS later, you get your passive. That's cool. Maxed out. On attacking an enemy champion, gain 30% attack speed for 4 seconds. That's cool. This is a really big dopamine item. Like, I'm sure when people have stacked... I probably got to cast and say, oh, he stacked up his Yuntao. On attacking an enemy champion, gain 30% attack speed for 4 seconds. That's cool. 40-second cooldown. Oh, I've talked about this item before. Yeah, so I wonder if micro in team fights could come down to, like, enemy AD carry attacks someone. And because it's a 40-second cooldown, right, the whole team backs away and runs away from the I don't know why I put Jhin. Runs away from the AD carry, kiting out the flurry passive. And then you fight after the 4 seconds again. And then he has no passive. Thoughts? Because 40 seconds is a long time. 40 seconds is a long time. It's like it's the opposite of you know Guinsoo's, how like someone want to stack up Guinsoo's before a fight. If you let the AD carry auto you and waste their Yuntao, then kite back, and then fight after. That sounds pretty good. But this item sounds pretty good. Yeah, this item does sound pretty good. The only thing is, I've played solo queue now versus this item, and the AD carries have been completely useless. Barrier nerfs, thank God. Barrier was really broken. Barrier got buffed like in 14, 17 or something, and I even took a top lane, and it was terrible, but I had a reason. And that's because it was just so horrifically busted, and it's so much better than heal. But yeah, nerfs to AD carry is good. Good. Smite. Is this so you don't smite the wrong grub? It is, right? Yeah, it is. It's okay. Is there anything else? ARAM. Chat! Play ARAM! Not with me. But okay, biggest changes. All right, let's TLDR, chat. TLDR, and then we'll play some solo queue, okay? We're going to queue up. Biggest changes. Doesn't matter. It probably matters in some early kills and fights, the Power Fist. Doesn't matter. Matters because it's being spammed, but maybe not. What, 980 less? Who gives a fuck? I mean, it probably matters. Sheen items, like, I don't even know what Corki builds anymore, but I think it's like a collector and shit, right? Is it? Guys, what does Corki build at the moment? Tell me Corki build. Is it still Triforce, or do they drop it? I can't remember. Because Collector was the build for a while. Collector IE, okay. I think he's probably still fine. Doesn't matter. Alawi nerfs are really good for us top laners. Guys, Alawi nerfs are really good for us top laners. Base AD matters a lot, and Alawi is a massive stat monster, so just hitting our stats is the right way, right? Really, really good for us. Good nerfs. Aurelia, I'm not too sure. I mean, it's good because Aurelia is very dependent on waves being alive, right? And playing off of waves. So reducing her dependency on waves is always going to be a really big buff for her, right? She's always dependent on waves. And now she's not. She's dependent on the structure as well, which to refresh passive, that's super nice. Probably makes her like dives easier or some bullshit. But that's good. Jack's nerfs are enormous. 50 damage off of the ult all in and 10 seconds. Well, maybe not enormous, but it's really nice. A third of the damage less, super good. Super good. 100 damage less on the ulti at rank 3. My god. 75, rank 2. 50 early all-ins probably matters the most. Super nice. Don't care about Katarina. Kale, I don't think it matters too much. It might be okay, but this is like mathsy, and it's hard to get a feel for the mathsiness of it. This is probably Ask Kerberos, but I don't think it matters too much. I might be completely wrong. It's double the attack speed, right? It's double the attack speed is the idea. Per 100 AP. So you have to have several items, 2 items or whatever. The fuck, 1.5, I don't even know. Until it matters. Probably 1.5. Early game is too strong, and the problem with this is like her early is so bad she'll never be bricked in pro. Like I think she's just so fucking bad. Yeah, they're just buffing her scaling. I think she's so bad. Cassante is important because he is a lane bully, and they're nerfing his laning, which is super good, right? But buffing fluidity, giving him more dash, which is nice, more dash speed, but nerfing his early damage on Q. I like it a lot because I think he does too much early. Lilia, probably part of the package of nerfs that are to do with everyone being tankier now. Everyone's stats being reduced in terms of AP and AD. So percentage health damage matters more. And amping matters more. So Lilia alongside other champions that do that are strong because of that reason. Maokai probably back in pro. They're just kind of reverting a nerf. They're reverting a nerf from like 14-18. And Maokai will probably back in pro and dominate the scene again. Maybe. Who knows? Depends on the meta, but usually Maokai is a very OP champion because he just gives too much. So if his stats are decent, then it's good. Mordekai's a irrelevant, terrible champion. Poppy nerfs. Base AD nerfs always matter, even if the Q doesn't scale. Compensating with attack speed still means you lose out a bunch of damage on your auto trades, your buckler auto, you're hitting minions, so you lose wave clear. My headset just went beep boop, and I don't know why. Rumble. His early game's still too weak, I think. I think Rumble is still going to just be an ult button pro, and his early game is still too weak, and he's just not going to be good. I think he's still ass. Seraphine. Nerfs. Who cares? It's very, very slight nerfs. Shen, good for solo queue, guys. You should be happy, but I don't think it'll be the end of the world. I think it will still be fine. I like that they nerfed the shield part of it rather than gutting his like Q damage or something. Anytime they gut Q damage on Shen, it completely destroys the champion. So like slight nerf on the passive and then, or just nerf on the passive and then nerfing the shield is the way to go. I like that nerf, but it's good because he's very broken. Okay, Swain, the mother of all buffs. If he's still ass versus engage and melee champions, then he's just going to be ass forever. Silas, and this is like pro context, right? In solo queue, I just played against a Swain. He seemed terrible. I didn't realize Syndra was OP, but been nerfed slightly. Humongous nerfs for Udyr, damage-wise. Humongous nerfs. Like, just look at the numbers. 440, 360. Now, it isn't, like, burst. It's, like, overtime, right? So, it's like, this considers the whole of the overtime standing in it. But that's still massive, right? On top of percentage health. Again, this is like Lilia percentage health. I'll be done in a second. Minute switch. On hit buffs because he lost Bork, so there are Bork compensation buffs here. Don't care about Vel'Koz. Big buffs to Vi. Don't know about Warwick. Massive buffs to Wukong. We might get Vi Wukong back, which is cool. Let me do my runes. Yomu's an opportunity, kind of shifting the stats around. Power neutral, they said. And there'll be more. I think that the point is to give them more of an identity, right? So one has move speed, one has more damage. I think that's the idea. Static is dead on Jhin, and it's probably still going to be okay on some AD carries, and it still gives wave clear, but less. I think it gives less damage on wave clear, 85 damage, but like that is massive nerf. Having to do 3 autos in 8 seconds, I think is rough. Yun Tal is cool. Yun Tal is a cool item. I think that's a common opinion. It's stacking. It gives permanent stacks. It's like getting a tier for crit. For crit chance. And then you get a passive that has a very long cooldown, which gives you a bunch of attack speed. There you go. That's all the changes. All right, that'll go on YouTube. Jesus Christ, that took a lot of effort.